Hi, I'm Laurie Mann, Truth and Taxation Specialist for Linebarger. We're going to go over some upcoming T&T items for this year. We're not going to go over all the changes, especially since we're still waiting for the 2026 T&T worksheets to come out. So it's just going to be a quick review, not a thorough review of everything. The first item we're going to talk about is the new requirement that you have a hyperlink in your T&T worksheets, and that hyperlink is going to go to a document that backs up every single line in the worksheet. Make sure it's an active hyperlink. You talk to your IT department for any technical advice. Remember that your T&T worksheets are going to be on 3 different websites: the Transparency Database, the County Tax Assessor Collector website, and the Budget Appendix on the Taxing Unit website. The next item we're going to talk about is the new requirement if you're going to be exceeding your minimum debt service amount. This is mostly applies to school districts, even though it impacts everybody. You have to get now 60% approval or more from your governing body to do that. You have to have certain motion language, and you have to talk to your designated officer or employee to fill out 2 T&T worksheets, one with the minimum amount and one with the approved amount. The next item we're going to talk about is for those that are impacted with reinvestment zones. For those that have more than one reinvestment zone, you have to have a line in the worksheet for each zone now, and not just add up everything together. The comptroller will be releasing an addendum for the zones, and then all of the zones will be added up for the worksheet. The next thing is the Texas legislature revamped how the disaster exceptions are going to be working this year. For taxing units other than school districts, they're going to be using either the 8% or the 3.5% with a disaster rate added to it. The next item is for taxing units other than school districts. They say you can no longer skip a tax rate election if there is a disaster last year. For school districts, if you have a tax rate election that fails, then you can't use a disaster exception after that to go above your voter approval tax rate. The last item we want you to be aware of is for cities that don't comply with their audit requirements or don't timely file their audit, then they cannot adopt a tax rate over the no new revenue rate. This is triggered when someone puts in a complaint to the Texas Attorney General's office, and then the AG's office does an investigation. If you want to learn more, we have some webinars coming up about taxing units other than school districts, and then for our ACT software as well.